quality shot, that one. Even for the day. Tied for second place. Oh, that's heading towards the water. Keep an eye out for the splash. And Henny, what's he facing with this one?
Yeah, he's got 190 all the way back here.
Going with the 5-iron here. Yeah, good swing. This one's heading up onto the green for sure. Oh, that's a great approach shot. This putt for par here. Ooh, nice line. Now, nice to make a mid-range par putt. Why don't we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
She's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
And that finds him in a share of second. Let's have a look at the 7th hole of par 3.
Finally, you have a green that pitches back towards you ever so slightly, Luke, but still coming into it with a good 5-iron from 195 yards. It's still a difficult task to get it close.
Looks to be going with the 4-iron.
He seems to have zero regard for the fact that he's playing against a multiple major champion here. Just firing off approach shots like that. Wow.
Okay, time to return to the action. This putt of about 7 feet to the hole.
What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
Good looking putt. Yes, they've made it. And that will take him to 1 under. The par 4 8th, Rich, challenging tee shot and approach.
Love this tee shot here, Luke. The fairway camber is pretty good from right to left, kicking the golf ball towards that bunker. So make sure to take one less club off this tee. From there, you make sure that you take enough club for your second shot to carry the front edge. If not, that golf ball will come falling back off the green into the drink.
This one looks to be a tad wayward. Right into the water on that one. Always unpredictable here out of the pine straw. Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge.
Oh, I didn't see this as possible. What a shot.
Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
Firm, back, up the hill. This will be a good one.
How did that miss? And that's all she wrote. Currently at +1 for the tournament. Let's take a look at the final hole on the front 9, the 9th, and what a tough tee shot it is.
It is it ever. Players want to avoid the bunker down the left-hand side, so inevitably they push it out to the right-hand side, into the rough, into the trees. Now they've got really very little chance of reaching the green in 2. So this is probably the most difficult tee shot on this front nine, and one they have to find the fairway with.
Looks to be going with the 5-iron. A little off the mark on that approach shot.
Looking for the draw, but not finding it.
That's on the green, but still a fair way from the hole. An opportunity to make a par here.
This is looking solid, what they wanted.
And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She's got some work to do. She's 2 strokes behind so far.
And how did that shot impact the score? Let's have a look at the leaderboard. Okay, it's time to make the turn, and a good time to reflect on the action so far. Rich?
Luke, so far, it's been entertaining watching these two go head-to-head. Not too sure exactly how this is going to play out, but so far, so good. Love watching these two compete.
And what's in front of them there, Henny?
Setting up here from about 165 yards.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron.
This one headed left.
Didn't quite strike that as cleanly as they would have hoped.
This would be a momentum saver here, getting this up and down.
Yeah, that's a top little chip shot, that one.
Gotta say, his short game is phenomenal.
Just one off the lead after that hole. The par 4 11th resembles the par 4 third, doesn't it? The big lake on the left-hand side.
It does. It just has a little more landing room here on the left-hand side, however. But if you lay back, be prepared to go in with a long iron. If you take the driver out and successful, you now turn this challenging hole into almost a birdie opportunity.
Going with the 8-iron here. That's a good shot by him. He'll be delighted. What have they got in front of them here, Henny?
Well, he's got a real outside chance here. 29 feet. This is huge for momentum. Got to try and hold this. This for par.
That'll sting a bit. Down she goes. Let's head to the next. Why don't we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
It's been so tight. She's tied here with her rival. And can she pull ahead now?
So after that effort, this is the current standings on the course. And the 12th hole, Rich, similar to the 4th hole. Arnold Palmer has really started to mimic front and back nines.
He does. It's kind of the same thing. Out of bounds out to the right. You got to avoid both those bunkers there, both right and left. You find the fairway. Again, second shot slightly uphill to a green that sits above you. One of the big dangers here, though, is going long. That is a big no-no to miss it long on this 12th.
That was a little untidy, wasn't it? Henny, how's that ball lying?
Looks like they have a good lie here in the second cut.
Ooh, that was a little bit of an interesting pass at it.
Well, this should affect the ball flight. That's a bit out of shape. What kind of shot are they facing here, Henny?
Yeah, he's got around 125 here.
Game of the 7.
Yep, solid connection. This is looking good.
Oh, what a lovely shot. He'll be delighted to be inside the range there.
There's a long way, but I tell you what, I've seen it happen before, so there's a chance.
Oh, that's too bad. Oh, 5-footer. It's amazing how tour pros hold these.
Putt is underway.
For the par. And after that performance, they'll stay right where they are in the standings. Number 13, not a long hole by anyone's stretch, but the pond in front of the green really plays havoc.
It does, more so than it should. It's just a long iron or a hybrid off the tee. Find the fairway down the right-hand side, open up the angle for your second shot, and it's obvious you just don't want to miss your second shot right. So bail out to the left-hand side, make a par. Pretty simple.
Certainly good at making the birdies, but let's avoid those bogeys. Lovely effort that. Sitting at 2 over par in a share of 7th. Chosen the pitching wedge here. Oh, this one should find the surface. Good shot, this. That's not the shot they're after. They're looking to get this one close in hopes of saving par. Oh, wouldn't that have been nice? And that should secure the par on this one. And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
One stroke behind her rival this week.
Ah, yes. The gentle fade. The buttercut, if you will.
Sitting at a couple over for the event. And another of the uphill par threes, the 14th, Rich.
This is such a difficult hole because this tee shot lines you up over on the left-hand side where you'll find those bunkers. But if you bail out to the right, well, now you're running into a low area that you have a pretty difficult chip shot to a green that historically is the firmest and fastest on this golf course.
That was never really a comfortable shot for them, was it?
Oh, a little shorty Baker on that action there.
Lovely shot out of the bunker. That's in tight. This putt for inside the top 5 on the leaderboard. Why do we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here.
And after that effort, that's how it looks. He's in a share of 5th position. As we get into the closing stretch here at Bay Hill, the 15th, the par 4.
Strong par 4, dog legs from left to right. Don't miss it out to the right in that bunker. Not only are you hitting your second shot out of the trap, but also you've got some magnolia trees to deal with. This is a very difficult fairway to find because that fairway does chase away from you just over that bunker. This is a very strong par 4.
Looks to have chosen the 7-iron. That's a tad disappointing, isn't it? Henny, how bad is this lie?
Oh, this might trigger a temper tantrum. This is not sitting nicely.
Not bad. And this putt to move into a tie for 3rd.
Wants to make it with just 3 holes remaining.
And as the putt drops, 2 over, heading down the stretch.
Inching their way closer to the top of that leaderboard. Can't afford any mistakes from here on in.
Just 2 shots back after that hole. Well, one of the great parts of the finish here of Bay Hill's Club and Lodge, Rich, is the fluctuations in scoring, and it all starts here at the par 5 16th.
Luke, you got to take advantage of this par 5. It's just over 500 yards. Find the fairway. Don't flirt with either of those bunkers out there. Second shot should be with a middle to long iron to a green that's surrounded by water on the left and bunkers on the right. But still, it's a great opportunity to make 4 or better.
Going with the 7. Uh-oh, this is heading towards the water. Playing their 4th shot. Just 2 shots behind. Splash. Sixth shot coming up. Only 2 shots off the pace. Oh, time for number 8. 2 strokes off the lead. That ball looked a little thirsty. And unfortunately, the shot limit has been reached on this hole, and this player is going to move on to the next. And a little slide down the standings after that hole. The par 3 17th, Rich, has got a wonderful atmosphere around it. It looks visually quite stunning, but my word, it's a brute.
This hole causes more stress for the players, I think, than any other hole on the golf course, with possibly the exception of number 3. This green is nearly impossible to find, as it is so firm historically through the years. You find the green, you make your 3, and you're smiling earlobe to earlobe.
Lining up the birdie putt here. That's disappointing. 5 feet coming up to the cup.
This is what they have left for a par.
And this one will be for bogey. And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
Oh, she's taken the lead in this rivalry, but can she hold on to it?
And now we can take a look at how that play affects the leaderboard. The leader now has a 1-stroke advantage. Rich, as we head to the finishing hole here at Bay Hill, a famous finishing hole, so much drama over the years, predominantly by the great Tiger Woods. But most of the drama starts off the tee.
It does. This is actually a semi-blind tee shot. There's a mound down the right-hand side of the fairway where you can't see the golf balls land, so players won't know whether they found the fairway or missed it right, or even out on the left-hand side. Most iconic moments in all of golf, in my mind's eye, Robert Gomez holding his 2nd shot here back in 1990 to claim the title.
Okay, Henny, what's he looking at with this putt?
Careful not to leave this one short. It's back uphill, and nothing worse than leaving an uphill putt short.
Oh, so close. This one's for bogey. And with that, that closes out this event for this player. And wow, what a rivalry that was. Let's recap some of the results. Well done, Henny Koyak. Thanks for joining us on course today.
No place I would rather be, Luke. What a day it was. Saw some wins, saw some losses. Overall, some great golf, and a pleasure to be out here alongside you guys.
On behalf of Rich Beam and all